Welcome everybody to Dog Pound Rants. Yeah, I'm A-Dog. Sorry, once again, Z-Man is not here. He's going with exit interviews this week at the Browns Berea complex. Exit interviews. If I'm Z-Man, I'm exiting everybody. Exit everybody from that fucking building. Yeah. Exit them all there, Z-Man. So sorry. And last week, sorry we didn't do a show either because why? Why bother doing a show? Because there's nothing worth doing with this team, the Cleveland Browns. You know, and in the immortal words of our best quarterback of the season, Jameis Winston, thank the Lord, the season is over. Yeah, thank the Lord it's over. That was the most brutal season ever in Cleveland Browns history. I've been a fan since 72. I've seen highlights from pretty much every season since 40 whatever. You know, you see them here and there. This was the worst season ever, the worst team statistically ever, and the highest paid team in the entire NFL ever. You believe that shit? This is the highest salary team in the entire NFL and the entire NFL history. And look what they did. They were fucking horrible. I was doing some research, and even that 0-16 team and that 1-15 season they had back-to-back, those teams were more competitive, had better numbers, had better quarterback play, had better player play all across the board, better coaching. And it's mind-boggling to me that this team is running back the coaching and the quarterback next year. It's fucking mind-boggling. The Browns are just a fucking disaster. So hey, here's to you guys, to 2025 season. Who knows what's going to happen with this shit team? It's basically a box of shit. So as you notice, I'm on the Dunkin' today, not the Mountain Dew. Still caffeine, still getting high, getting hopped up, ready for 2025 and whatever it brings. I know what it's going to bring. I'll make my prediction at the end. So again, welcome to Dog Pound Rants, everybody. What a shit season it's been. What a horrible mess it's been. So the Browns, right after the last game here, they fired Ken Dorsey, their offensive coordinator, and their offensive line coach. Who gives two shits about the offensive line coach? Like that even fucking matters. The guy did nothing. He is a nothing. You could do without probably half the coaches they got on that field, they could probably do without. And the ones that they do think are worth something, like Stefanski and then their general manager, Barry, they're fucking useless also. But they're going to run that back next year. Bravo, Cleveland. Bravo. You got shit in, shit out. That's pretty much how it's going. But they fired Ken Dorsey. Whatever. Was he the issue? I fucking highly doubt it. I mean, Buffalo got rid of him because they didn't think he was doing good with them. But, you know, he won a shit ton of games with Buffalo and Allen before they got rid of him. And he had nothing to work with in Cleveland. Nothing. I don't give a shit what you say. Nothing. So to fire him, who cares? To keep Stefanski and Andrew Barry, the two jerk-offs that approved all this talent this year and all this money this year, and got the biggest dud in NFL history of any team. It's pretty disgusting. So I don't even know what to say about this coming season. We'll get to it. But you know, the coaching this year was a fucking joke. Stefanski, he's more hands off than any coach I've ever seen. Even when he was behind his fucking menu, at least like it looked like he was doing something. When he was behind that menu, at least he was doing something. Nothing really, because they weren't winning games with him either. And then he turned it over to Dorsey, and he stood there like this the rest of the season, and pretty much doing this, shaking his head back and forth. This is what we're paying this motherfucker for. I didn't see him go near one other coach. I didn't see him go near one other player. I didn't see. You know, I saw what's his name, the coach for fucking Denver, Sean, whatever the fuck his name is. I can't think of it right now, but that Denver game, Denver won. Yeah, they were playing shit box scabs, whatever. But he was over on the sideline talking to players and coaching the whole game. And that's why they're in the playoffs. That's why Denver is where they are right now. You need a fucking coach. A coach that's going to coach players and chew ass when ass needs to be chewed. We have none of that in Cleveland. None of it. You got a fucking statue and a jerk off that sits up in the fucking box, that Barry, who has picked how many players now? 30 odd players in these last 5 drafts, and Zippo. Basically fucking Zippo for the draft pick that he has picked. Nothing has turned up. And we're expecting him to come in this year with the number 1 pick and make a great pick. I can't see it. I can see him trying to trade down or something. He's scared of taking one of these quarterbacks, which is what he should do. Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. He should take one of those. But I can see Barry sitting there overthinking it like he's done these last 5 years, trading back, taking some fucking offensive lineman or defensive lineman, Mr. Irrelevant in the first round that'll never do anything. And it's mind-boggling that they didn't just clean fucking house. And I blame Haslam for this. I didn't blame him for much this year because he's just the money man. But I blame him for not cleaning house after this fucking debacle. And it was a debacle. But anyway, so yeah, this team sucks balls. They're going to basically blow it up in the quarterback room. You got to start. They got to draft a quarterback, which I don't feel good about them drafting a quarterback because they're idiots. And then, they just total retooling of everything. I don't know what else you can say. Schwartz on the defense. His defense was like ranked 25th, 26th. I mean, he's below middle of the pack this year, the defense. It was awful. And last year, Schwartz had that defense moving around. Garrett was playing end to end, in the middle, on the end. He was moving people around, doing different inventive type schemes. This year it was so vanilla, black and white, his defenses. Obviously everybody figured it out because the defense was shit. I don't care what you say. And Garrett, love Myles Garrett. God bless you, Myles Garrett, and good for you sticking up, saying fuck it. If you guys aren't committed to winning, I'm out the door. You should be. You should go to Buffalo. You should go to Kansas City. You should go to one of these teams that's in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs every year. At least you'll have a chance. At least you'll be playing after fucking December or January. Fuck the Browns. You deserve better, Myles Garrett. Good for you speaking up this week, these last couple weeks. Good for you. I hope you get out of there. But again, Cleveland thinks, if they try to keep Myles Garrett, like he's the whole team. It doesn't matter. You've seen this season, even when Myles Garrett had a beast of a game, 3 sacks and all over the field, they didn't win these games. It's not about the one defensive lineman. You can get rid of Garrett. You can get rid of him. It just doesn't matter. You need a fucking quarterback and a fucking offense. You need to score points, and consistently. They didn't score consistently. They didn't score at all. They sucked. I mean, there's nothing to say about this team this year that's positive. There really isn't. Maybe Jerry Jeudy. He had a beast of a year, over 1,000 yards. God bless you, Jerry Jeudy, but what the fuck good was it? What good was it? He didn't have... Imagine if he had a real quarterback the whole season. The guy, he'd probably have over 2,000 yards. He would, because he's a beast. But is he going to be happy? Is he going to stick around? I don't know. He's under contract, but he could sit out and say, fuck you, Cleveland. You suck. I'm not staying here. So, yeah, they fired those two, Dorsey and that offensive coach. I don't even his name. I don't even give a fuck about his name. And, Garrett and Ward on the defense this past couple weeks have been bitching, Even Ward, Denzel Ward wants out. He's with Garrett. He's like, if Garrett ain't playing, I'm not fucking playing. And, they're talking to Amari Cooper, who went to Buffalo. And Garrett's been talking to Cooper. He's friends with Cooper, Amari Cooper. So Cooper's like, it's fucking great to be on a team that's winning. So, yeah, why don't you send Garrett and Ward to Buffalo, where they have a shot in the next couple of years with Allen and what they got going to maybe make a bowl. At least make a fucking bowl. Even the playoffs. They're in the playoffs every year. That's better than bottom of your fucking division, where Cleveland, you're going to be bottom of your division forever. You're never going to get out of it. You got 3 high-class NFL organizations above you. 3. You'll never dig out of that hole. Never. I don't care what you say, you're not. As far as this whole year went, I'm trying to think of any fucking highlight. I think the biggest highlight for me was Jameis Winston coming in that blizzard game against Pittsburgh and beating the Steelers. I think that was the one fucking highlight of the fucking year I can think of. Or when they beat the Ravens. They beat Pittsburgh and the Ravens won. So there's two highlights to the whole entire season, which really mean nothing at this point. So I'm not going to go to that. You know, I want to do a hero clown segment here. You know, the hero of the season, obviously, I have to say is Myles Garrett. First off, for his outstanding performance for the whole entire season, 14 sacks or whatever he had, and just being beastly and playing his balls off, even to the very end. And, you know, his play obviously didn't make the difference. One guy, one defensive end ain't making the difference of an entire, or helping an entire team win. He's not doing it. I don't care if he has 10 sacks in a game. If your offense can't score a fucking point, then you're fucked. So Myles Garrett's my hero of the season. He is a hero. And also for speaking up here at the end of the season that he wants out of this piece of shit hole box in a fucking shitbox stadium on the lake. All right, Myles Garrett, you're my hero. As far as the fucking clowns, pretty much this whole organization is filled with clowns. You got that fucking Paul DePodesta we talked about. He sits in LA with his number crunching, fucking his analytics that mean absolutely nothing in sports. I don't care what you mean. He failed in baseball. He's failed in football. Why is he still on the payroll, Haslam? Why? Why are you paying this guy millions of dollars to sit in LA, not even in Ohio, Cleveland, anywhere near you, to crunch numbers and say, oh, this guy would be good because he gets .00333 yards. Like, fuck you. Get rid of that piece of shit DePodesta. You'd be better. I'll do it for $200,000 a year. I'll do the same thing, and I'll fucking do it with a little more football thought, football smarts, and a little more heart in the game. This guy is a useless piece of shit. Get rid of DePodesta. And then you got Andrew Berry. What the fuck good is this guy? His 5 years of drafts are fucking bust after no name, after guys fucked up the door, blah, blah, blah. So fuck that. Get rid of him. And Stefanski, my clown, my biggest clown of the year, Kevin Softansky. He's soft. He's a fucking soft motherfucker. He's not even a good coach. He's a horrible coach. During any of these games, I didn't see him chewing anybody's ass ever. I didn't see him fucking, no emotion, no heart, no thought. And the last few games after he handed it to Dorsey, he was almost pouting about it. Well, if I'm not calling plays, then I'm just going to stand here like a fucking douchebag. And he is. He's an Ivy League. These guys that think they're so fucking smart. School smart. Oh, I know, I've read a million books in school and I know this and that. You know shit about football, Softansky. You suck. You fucking suck. He needed to go out the door with Dorsey. But Haslam, you're an idiot for not getting rid of this whole fucking mess, which you're going to run back next year, and it's going to be the same thing. I can see it. I'm going to predict right now. Here's my prediction. Here we go. Cleveland Browns 2025 prediction for the season. Yeah, I'm starting really early here. The season's barely over, and I'm going to predict. Here's what I predict. They're going to run all this shit back. Deshaun, he's probably not going to really even be in the mix because he's still hurt, and they just said he's had a little setback in his injury this week. Who gives a flying fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? I don't give a fuck. So sit that motherfucker wherever the fuck he sits in California on his fucking yacht, spending his $230 million that you basically gave him for nothing. Nothing. You can pay me $200,000 a year and I'll come to Cleveland every weekend and I'll fucking work for you. I'll fucking hand out hot dogs and fucking popcorn. I'll do something for my money. I won't just sit on a yacht and laugh my balls off. You're Cleveland Haslam. You're a fucking idiot. You need to take care of this shit now. Like now. Still not too late to fire these assholes. Fire them. Give Garrett something to think about. Hey, I'm getting a new coach. I may get a new quarterback. I'm getting some new shit. He's going to run back with the same shit. Garrett ain't going to want to stay in that shit box. Anyway, where was I? I'm losing my fucking spot. But anyway, so they're going to run all this shit back next year. I could give two shits. I kind of lost my spot there. There's so much to rant about this season in the Cleveland shitbox Browns. And there's no hope in sight. There really isn't. Yeah, they can draft Cam Ward number 2 or Shedeur Sanders. Me personally, I'd rather have Shedeur. To me, that kid seems like, he's fucking Deion Sanders' kid. Let's think about that. How fucking flamboyant and how great a player Deion Sanders was. And what a great coach he is now in fucking Colorado and what he's done with his son. So I'd rather have that than Cam Ward, a guy who's touted as this high fucking falutin quarterback who went to his fucking bowl game or whatever the fuck it was and sat out a half. He literally sat out. He said, I'm not playing the second half. I don't want a gutless, heartless fucking punk like that. I don't care what his fucking college numbers looked like. Right there, that shows me he's a quitter. He's a fucking quitter. Shedeur Sanders, he was getting destroyed. He played his entire game. He played all 4 quarters, and he was getting buried on that field by the defense. He had no chance, but he played through the whole game. So if I was going to pick at number 2, hopefully it's Shedeur. Hopefully he falls to me. Hopefully Tennessee or whoever the fuck is first doesn't pick him. They can have Cam. That fuck sat out half a game. I don't give a shit. Everybody, all these fucking sportscasters and commentators don't put enough in that. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. He shouldn't have played, he shouldn't play anyway. But bullshit. You're auditioning for one of the biggest spots in sports of all. Quarterback. You're going to play quarterback on an NFL team, one of 32 teams. You should go balls out all the time on the field. This kid fucking sat out a half. Fuck that kid. So I'm going with Shedeur Sanders, number 2. That's who I would pick. But do I expect Cleveland to get this right? Fuck no. I don't know where else I'm going with this. Z-Man will be back. We're going to do a show next week, kind of a total wrap-up, so Z-Man can get his opinions in and his thoughts. Once he's done with his exit interviews there in Berea. Z-Man, if you got any brains, exit everybody out of that fucking facility in Berea. Fuck, they need a big overhaul. I'm trying to think of anything else I could cover here. I think I just ranted, but that's why I started this channel, the Dog Pound Rant, so I could rant about the shit team. And more times than not, over my lifetime, they have been shit. And now it seems they're the biggest pile of shit that has ever been in Cleveland, that has ever been in sports history, that has ever been in NFL history. The biggest pile of shit. So I was going to give you my prediction for 2025. That's right. And then I got off on it. Oh, I'm going to get back on it. Here we go. My prediction, A-Dog's prediction for 2025 Cleveland Browns season. Woo! All right. Here we go, everybody. Here's my prediction. They're going to run back with the Stefanskis and the Berries, and they're going to hire some fucking schlub. And I mean fucking schlub. Offensive coordinator. And I don't know what they're going to do about the offensive line. Who even gives a shit? I'll come coach your offensive line. I'll come coach them. Pay me. I'll come do it. I got more heart, balls, and guts, and I know more about it than probably the schlep box you're going to fucking hire. So they're going to run all this shit back. They may draft. I really don't think they're going to draft one of these quarterbacks. I think they're going to do the stupid Browns thing and trade down because they don't think, they're probably not in their head not thinking that either of these quarterbacks is going to be a superstar. But you know what? You don't have a quarterback right now. You don't have one. I don't give a shit what you say. You don't have one. So just drafting one of these kids is a great idea. It's a start. And then if he fucking fails, next year maybe you go balls out, trade 3 first rounds again to get Arch Manning. That's who I really want. Arch Manning. That's who I want. I want Manning's kid. That's who I fucking want. But this year you need to draft a quarterback. So they're going to draft a quarterback, maybe. If they don't, they'll probably get Cousins, who fucking sucks moose balls. Fucking Kirk Cousins sucks. But that's who they're talking about putting in their quarterback room. Fuck that. But that's probably who will come back. So they're going to trot this garbage out on the field again next year with these same garbage coaches, same garbage players. Probably Garrett will be gone, maybe even Ward, who knows. They're going to rebel and say, fuck you, this is garbage, I'm leaving. And they're going to go. And they're going to win no games. They're going to probably go 0-6-7, maybe 0-7, 0-6 or 0-7. And then finally Haslam, the light bulb's going to go on and go, okay, this is fucking complete shit. So 0-6, 0-7. The season again, 2025 will just be done. You'll be tanking, tank for Manning. That's what it'll be. And then they'll fire everybody. So why wait? Why fucking wait till this garbage box of a fucking coaching staff goes 0-6-7? Who knows? Maybe they'll even go 8. Maybe they'll go 10. They're not going to win shit next year. They're not. I don't care what you say. So why wait? Fire those motherfuckers before the season if you're fucking smart. But that's my prediction. So they're going to tank next year too. They're not going to win shit. Because like I said earlier in this rant, you got 3 class organizations way above you. Excuse me. I'm getting so verklempt here. I mean, you got the Ravens, number one. You got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Oh my God, 2 of the best players in the NFL. And that organization is solid from top to bottom. The Ravens are never going to lose. And then you got the fucking Steelers, who are basically, they got shit quarterback play this year, and they're still in the playoffs. So you figure, what the fuck? They get a quarterback, they get one thing right. All they need is one thing. Cleveland thinks they need a quarterback to win. You're fucking wrong. Cleveland has so many holes, it's not even funny. Pittsburgh gets a quarterback next year, a good quarterback? Fuck. They're there. At least number 2 or 3. But then you got Burrow in Cincinnati, who's fucking amazing. Won the last 5 games and lit it up. And he's got great receivers and a great offense. All they need is a couple pieces on defense. Basically, all they need is a couple defensive. Maybe, hey, get Garrett. I would love Garrett to go to fucking Cincinnati. That would be killer. Then he could stick it in the Browns' ass twice a year. And with Burrow and that. So good luck, Cleveland. You're basically going against 3 class, top-notch organizations with top-notch coaches, with top-notch ownership, and just solid football organizations. And you got the biggest bag of fucking dog shit at the bottom of the division. You're going to be there for a while. And that's my opinion on this whole mess. I'm exhausted. I'm literally fucking exhausted right now. I wish Z-Man was here. He could have taken some of this heat off me and give me some breaks on this. But I'm sure he has a different point of view, possibly. I know he's pretty frustrated and pretty upset about the season, too. I know he probably shares some of my views, but that's it. That's it for this rant. I'm done. I can't rant anymore. Dog Pound Rants, please like, subscribe, leave some questions. Me and Z-Man will try to answer him next week after he gets back from Berea, from his exit interviews. And that's about all I got. So I'm not even going to give a cheer because there's no game this week. And me and Z-Man will review some of the games this coming weekend and then upcoming. You know, I think I'm rooting for Buffalo. I like Buffalo. Like I said earlier in the season, I like Josh Allen. I think he deserves a Super Bowl. Great quarterback, great attitude, great player. And then in the NFC, I like the Washington Commandos. I know there you got the young quarterback and whatnot, but that was my best friend in the world's team. So I'm going to root for a Commanders-Bills Super Bowl. That's what I'm rooting for. After that, I could give 2 flying fucks who wins or who gets in. It'll just be like watching football. So there you go. Dog Pound Rants, everybody. Woo! All right, let's go.
Cleveland Browns will play today. Hey, what do you say? Cleveland Browns will play today. Will they win or lose again?